The words hit like a fist to the gut. I can replace you in 24 hours. Sarah's voice, sharp and venomous, lingered in the air of our cramped apartment, the echo bouncing off the peeling wallpaper. Her eyes, usually warm like honey, glinted with a cold defiance I'd never seen before. I stood frozen, my pulse hammering in my ears, the takeout containers on the coffee table forgotten. It was just a stupid argument about dishes of all things until she hurled that grenade. My jaw tightened. Prove it, I said, my voice low, daring her to cross a line we could never uncross. The silence that followed was suffocating, thick with the weight of 6 years together. I wanted her to laugh it off, to say she didn't mean it, but she just stared, her lips curling into a smirk that didn't reach her eyes. Then she grabbed her phone, stormed into the bedroom and slammed the door. The sound rattled the cheap frame, a crack splitting the quiet like a warning shot. I sank onto the couch, my hands trembling, the faint smell of soy sauce and regret clinging to the air. What had I just unleashed? The next morning Sarah was gone before I woke. Her side of the bed was cold, the sheets barely wrinkled as if she'd hardly slept. A note on the fridge read, "Out. Don't wait up." My stomach churned. I told myself it was nothing. She was just cooling off at her sister's, maybe grabbing coffee with a friend. But her words from last night gnawed at me, relentless like termites in the walls of my mind. Replace you. Could she? Would she? I shook it off, splashing cold water on my face, the mirror reflecting my bloodshot eyes and unshaven jaw. I was overreacting. She loved me, didn't she? Work was a blur. The hum of the office printer, the clack of keyboards, the bitter tang of burnt coffee. All of it faded into a dull roar as my phone stayed silent. No texts, no calls. By noon I couldn't stand it. I opened her Instagram, something I rarely did. Her story was a photo of a cocktail, neon pink, captioned, "New vibes, new nights." The bar's logo was unmistakable, Velvet Room, a sleek downtown spot we'd never been to together. My chest tightened. Was she alone? I scrolled through her followers, stopping at a name I didn't recognize at Jake Vanderscroom. A quick tap revealed a guy with a chiseled jaw, all smiles and tailored suits. His latest post, a mirror selfie at the same damn bar. My thumb hovered over the screen, my heart thudding. Coincidence, I told myself. Just a coincidence. That night I waited. The apartment felt too big, the ticking of the kitchen clock too loud. At 11 p.m. my phone buzzed. A text from Sarah. Staying out late. Don't worry. Don't worry. The words felt like a slap. I paced, the hardwood creaking under my bare feet, the city's distant hum seeping through the cracked window. I tried to picture her, laughing with friends, sipping that pink drink, her hair catching the bar's dim light. But my mind kept drifting to Jake, his smug grin, the way his profile screamed confidence. I poured a whiskey, the burn doing little to dull the ache in my chest. Sleep never came. By morning doubt had festered into dread. I called her but it went straight to voicemail. Her voice, bright and recorded, mocked me. "Hey, it's Sarah. Leave a message." I didn't. Instead, I drove to her office, a glass building that loomed like a monolith. The receptionist said she'd called in sick. Sick? My grip tightened on the steering wheel as I headed to her sister's place. The doorbell's chime echoed unanswered. Panic clawed at me now, sharp and relentless. Where was she? I shouldn't have done it, but I did. I logged into her email from my laptop, the password one she'd used for years, our anniversary date. The inbox loaded and there it was. A confirmation for a dinner reservation at La Bellevue, a restaurant we could never afford. 2 guests, 8 p.m. tonight. My breath caught. I scrolled further, finding a thread with Jake V. Short, flirty messages, a winking emoji, a mention of tonight being special. My vision blurred, the screen swimming. This wasn't happening. Not Sarah. Not us. The rest of the day was a haze of denial and rage. I told myself it could be innocent, a work thing, a misunderstanding. But the pieces fit too neatly, each one a shard in my heart. Her absence, the bar, the reservation, Jake. By evening I was outside La Bellevue, parked across the street, the engine idling like my thoughts. The restaurant glowed, all chandeliers and velvet curtains, a world apart from our thrift store furniture and takeout dinners. Then I saw her. Sarah stepped out of a cab, her red dress clinging to her like a secret. She laughed, her head tilting back, and there he was, Jake, in a suit that screamed money, his hand grazing her lower back. My stomach lurched. I wanted to scream, to storm over, to demand answers. But I just sat there, frozen, watching them disappear inside. Her smile brighter than it had been with me in months. The drive home was a blur of streetlights and self-loathing. I replayed every moment of our fight. Her words, my challenge. Prove it. God, what had I done? Had I pushed her to this? Or had she been slipping away all along, and I was too blind to see it? The apartment was a tomb, her scent, lavender and vanilla, still lingering on the couch. I sank to the floor, my hands in my hair, guilt and anger warring inside me. I loved her. I hated her. I hated myself. Hours later, the door clicked open. Sarah froze when she saw me, her mascara smudged, her dress slightly wrinkled. "You're up," she said, her voice flat like she was stating the weather. I stood, my throat tight. "Where were you?" The question came out softer than I meant, almost a plea. She sighed, dropping her purse on the counter. "Out. With a friend." Her eyes wouldn't meet mine. "Jake." The name tasted like ash. Her flinch was answer enough. "It's not what you think," she said, but her voice cracked, betraying her. "We just talked. Had dinner. That's all. Then why lie?" My voice rose, trembling. "Why the secrets, Sarah? Why him?" She looked away, her fingers twisting together. "Because you stopped seeing me," she whispered. "You stopped caring. I just wanted to feel wanted." Her words cut deeper than her betrayal. I saw it then. The late nights I'd spent working, the canceled plans, the way I'd brushed off her attempts to talk. Had I driven her to this? But no, she'd chosen this. She'd chosen him. "Get out," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. Her eyes widened, tears spilling over, but I couldn't look at her anymore. "You proved it, Sarah. You replaced me." She left without a word, the door closing softly like a final breath. I stood there, alone, the silence louder than her screams had ever been. In my pocket, my phone buzzed. A notification from her bank app, still logged in on my laptop. A charge for a hotel room booked for tonight. For two. I sank to the couch, the whiskey bottle still open, and laughed, a hollow broken sound. She'd won her bet. In less than 24 hours she'd shattered everything. And the worst part? I still loved her.